The NBA Finals are set, and I love this matchup 100%. There's a lot of talk about like, it's not going to pull in viewers. It's not an actual good matchup. This is just no. These are actually the two best teams left in the playoffs. Obviously, like, duh, that makes sense. We have one of the best defenses and one of the best offenses attacking each other in the finals. This is going to be freaking awesome. But how did we even get to this point? So, coming into this season, OKC was definitely favored to be able to win the championship. Everyone was saying, oh, it's going to be OKC Boston. After the Cavs started 15-0, everyone's like, oh, it's going to be OKC in Cleveland. And they had these matchups where it was like, oh, this is the most viewed regular season game of all time or something like that when they played each other. But Indiana had other plans, and so they decided to step in and take that spot for themselves coming out of the East. But OKC, we understood that they were going to be here regardless of the Eastern Conference opponent. And they overachieved 100%. In 2024, their offensive rating was 119.5. That ranked third in the NBA at the time. Defensive rating is 112.1. That ranked fourth. Net rating 7.4. This season, they've upped it on both sides of the ball. Offensive rating went up to 120, which was third, and then up in defense to 107 from 112. So their net rating went from 7.4 to 12.8 with one of the best defenses in NBA history. So they have overachieved. Now, they made a lot of moves in the offseason, trading Giddey for Alex Caruso, signing Isaiah Hartenstein for a decent amount of money that people were like, dang, that's a lot of money. And that's a whole different video with the Thunder max contract situation and signing guys later. But all of those guys have been playing well. J-Dub from last year's playoffs scored 18-ish points a game. This year bumped it up to 20 on the same shots, just better efficiency. Same thing with Chet. Chet played less minutes this playoffs than he did last year, and he's averaging more points at 16.4 compared to 15.6. And more rebounds with 8.6 rebounds compared to 7.2 rebounds. This Thunder team has leveled up all over the place. Not to mention that they're still like the youngest team in the NBA. So the Thunder, we knew that they were going to be coming in and that they're going to be hot, and they have beaten teams. They put the smackdown on some teams. They swept the Grizzlies. The Nuggets was a little bit rough, and then they kind of put the smackdown on the Timberwolves. We'll get to my verdict later, but this whole series is very, very good. But what about the Pacers? I brought them up. I'm like, the Pacers have been overlooked since making the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They made it. Oh, they beat the Bucks, whatever. Oh, they beat the Knicks. Knicks were injured, whatever. And then they got smacked around in the Eastern Conference Finals, so they're not even a good team. I was like, okay, did you guys watch that? Because the way that they beat teams was very like run, play good defense, and they weren't like a very, very good defensive team. They were actually 24th in defense last year. So the fact that they made it to the conference finals with the second best offense and the 24th best defense that's pretty good. I'm a very big, like, I don't want to say hater of offense, but good offensive teams get so overhyped and it never really goes well. The biggest example of that is the 2023 Kings, where they were like, oh, this is the best. They have the best pace. De'Aaron Fox is fast or something. I don't know. And then they'll lose in the first round of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So, yeah, I'm like, whatever. Good, great, all historic offenses are not that, whatever. But the way the Pacers have bounced back this year in the regular season, you know, they landed in the 4-5 matchup, and their offensive rating actually went down this year from 121 to 117 this year, but their defense got a lot better. It went from 24th to 14th, 118 defensive rating to 113 defensive rating. So somehow better, and they somehow had a better run because of it. They beat the Bucks, then they beat the Cavs, then they beat the Knicks. I think this run was harder than it was last year. Last year, obviously, was a little bit easier. This year was 100% harder. And they lost some guys from last year. Last year, they lost Bruce Brown, Buddy Hield, and Jalen Smith. Some of those guys got some minutes. Some of those guys might be better, like Buddy Hield, that they're not there. Then you add guys like Thomas Bryant, and then rookies or second-year players like Jarris Walker come in and start playing a little bit bigger of a role. And then everyone else just kind of steps up. Pascal's been playing great. Tyrese has been playing out of his mind. Aaron Nesmith and Andrew Nembhard have been playing nuts, right? So everyone has just stepped up in general, and that's why they're in the finals. Now, I want to be able to sit here and just give my verdict to you guys, but I've been wrong about every single Pacers series the entire playoffs. I was like, oh man, Giannis, that boy, he is not happy, bro. He's pissed off. He won an in-season tournament. That means it's going to be a lot. And he's going to come in and put a smack down. They got pooped on, dude. They got absolutely pooped on. Next series, I'm like, oh, I don't know. The Cavs are legit. And people could say what they want about injuries and stuff, but Pacers just showed up and they were like, they did not care. They straight up just do not care. And then the next series, the Knicks, I literally was like, okay, enough is enough. This team, like I said, oh man, great offenses. I'm like, okay, let's calm down about like this historic offense or whatever, how they play. Let's get in the real world. These Knicks, they don't play around. These boys was playing around. They were playing around a whole ton in New York. I was like, having MSG at home court advantage. I do not see a world where the Knicks loses and they lose in 6. Like, it didn't even go to 7. It didn't even get a chance. They blew the first game. They literally hit the freaking choke. I cannot believe that. So up to this point, we've seen series after series after the third series, 3 series of it just nothing mattering. So I have to go into this finals saying that the Pacers are going to win. I'm just kidding. The Thunder are absolutely going to win. Everything I said there was 100% real. The Pacers are going to put up a fight. If they steal one in OKC, if they steal game 1, I'm going to lose my mind. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be insane because then we don't know what's going to happen. The Pacers might freaking win the whole thing at that point, which that would be the most unlikely NBA championship I've ever seen, probably in my lifetime of being a fan. I don't even want to think about it. The Thunder are very, very good. They're very consistent. We knew that they were going to get to this point. I'm glad that they did. We got to give them props for actually like not selling and winning and doing really, really good at that aspect. But the Pacers, you just can't count them out anymore. So I am saying that it's going to be Thunder in 6. I kind of want to say Thunder in 7, but I don't know if it's that evenly matched. I think OKC is going to be really, really tough to win in, especially when you got just Shea and J-Dub and just, I think, Chet Ihart, Caruso, Dort, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. I mean, all these guys play insane basketball. Mark Daigneault is a very, very good coach. So is Rick Carlisle. I have no stance on where the Pacers are at. I don't know what games are going to get won, but I do think it will be Thunder in 6. And from what I'm seeing online, it's a pretty good consensus. If I had to make a pick to where, okay, what games are going to be won? Dude, I don't know. I think it's going to be one in OKC, and then, like, I think the Pacers win one in OKC and one at home, and then I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But then at that point, in order for it to be in 6, the Thunder would have to go into Indiana and win both games. That's going to be crazy if that happens. Anyways, my verdict is all over the place, but Thunder in 6 is my verdict, 100% set in stone. We'll give updates over the course of the series. If it goes to 7, who knows? Who knows? That would be, Tyrese Haliburton would shoot up in player rankings. I already made a short yesterday talking about if he's top 10 or not. Go check that out. As for content, dude, I'm here for the finals the whole time. That's all I got for today. We out.